So I think there are clearly things you need to do that are different when you attempt to globalize the work, that require kind of a different mindset, require different tooling. For example, and I alluded to this earlier on, it would be really inconceivable today to embark upon a distributed, agile product R&D without a knowledge base. Whereas if you were building a product here in the US, group of engineers all gathered in a room, maybe a knowledge base isn't that important. When you're working across time zones, it's essential. You can't expect a developer to wait 24 hours to get an answer to the question. They have to be able to go somewhere to get that answer themselves in their own time. So building up a knowledge base is essential, and having the basic tooling and the practices to create that knowledge base are essential. So I think there's some basic elements around having the right process, the right platform, and frankly the right team members who've some experience, who've some prior experience in working in a distributed model that can be really important up front in the process. There's still this fallacy today that assumes that if you're going to do things globally, you need to be much, much, much more rigorous, and you need to have everything documented up to wazoo, and you shouldn't even consider going offshore until you've got this, voluminous specification. And I couldn't disagree more. I think that type of thinking, frankly, is backward thinking and is going to take you in the wrong direction. I do think that some of the things I referred to earlier are important, that having the right platform, having the right process, having maybe some of the right people with the right experience, these are valuable. But having a definitive specification is not, and I think would be kind of the enemy of getting the right product to market. I think the new modern wisdom is you don't boil the ocean on a requirements document, but you start and you focus actually on, I want to get something to market by this date, and you sort of work backwards from there, and you work around, I'm going to get a first iteration out in 2 weeks, and then the next one out 2 weeks later, and the next one 2 weeks later, whatever the right rhythm, whatever the right cycle is, and work that way, as opposed to the boil the ocean, finish the requirements before you even begin the exercise. So I think it all really fundamentally comes down to people. Having the right people on both ends, the right people globally, the right people here in the US, who have the right attitude, the right mindset, the right experience, and a desire, fundamentally a desire to succeed. I think people all too often underestimate the importance of making sure that desire is there. I see too often where the management has the desire, but the people on the ground doing the work don't. So I think getting that alignment top to bottom and making sure it's there systematically, and if necessary through compensation instruments and measurement and performance instruments on both ends, on the onshore side and on the offshore side, and making sure the two are really aligned around a common set of goals and a common set of results. I think that's really the key.